Well, the Eagles have signed a running back to the roster. And if you want your north and south runner, you want your Bruiser back, you got it right here. We're going to go over a potential wide receiver 3 signing for a potential landing spot with the Philadelphia Eagles. And more safeties are becoming free agents as we speak. There is plenty for the Eagles to go after in the market.
Because I've seen enough horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly.
Yeah, what is going on, guys? I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. So, in a few weeks, we got the tampering period. In another week or two, we have the combine. I mean, things are starting to roll now. Now, the Eagles haven't really touched their own roster regarding cap relief, stuff like that. But regarding signings, and I think this is a low-risk, high-reward move, guys. I think this is something that we need to see at camp, see what can happen here. And the Eagles have signed a Bruiser back into the building, guys, finally. Tyron Davis Price is another guy. 3rd-round pick in 2020 from the San Francisco 49ers. Unfortunately, not a lot of opportunity, but he is a bruiser / shifty back. I mean, he's pretty shifty for a bigger running back, which is great. You know what I mean? So I think, what Kellen Moore wants into his offense, especially with his running backs, I think, you need 2 more running backs. There's no doubt about it. I think you need your dual threat, your natural pass catcher, the guy that can go for routes, get into the passing game, DeAndre Swift, some guys like that I've been kind of, telling you guys like, hey, like, let's go sign DeAndre Swift back. I've been on that board for a while now, kind of waiting for it at this point. And then your north and south runner, your power back, which I think Kellen Moore wants as well. Tire out defenses, run between the tackles, red zone, all that great stuff. And I think with Tyron Davis Price would be a good low-risk, high-reward sign to the Eagles that, unfortunately, they just never changed this position. Okay, trading for Swift because it was cheap and they gave up absolutely nothing for him. It was a steal at the end of the day. But bringing in a guy right now that has everything to lose, okay, and a lot to prove is probably one of the best signings you can actually make for a future deal with the Philadelphia Eagles. He'll be there at camp. He'll be competing for one of the running back spots. And, sometimes guys will go to other rosters and start to do really well. Unfortunately, how many running backs have not gotten a opportunity when they've shown too much flash? I've just had a brain fart on a couple running backs, besides Rashad Penny. Unfortunately, we've had running backs that were activated and never played or played 2 snaps and never got more opportunity after that. I am tired of that. If they see something and they want to activate a guy on game day, then do it. You know what I mean? If you see something that is a little flashy and you want to give it a little bit more of a go, behind this offensive line, almost anybody can look good. But, man, if you could unveil a running back and his skill set so much more when the blocking is good up front, attacking with your offensive line, running north and south, tiring out defenses, making them just – and then you kind of balance out the pass with that. Then you start with the passing game after that. So I feel like that's what the Eagles missed last year, which they could have had a better, red zone especially, They weren't too great in red zone beginning of the year. They got better towards the end of the year, but it's not really saying that much. Instead of relying on the brotherly shove all the time and making things too obvious, which is a 9 out of 10 times you're going to get that play. But at the end of the day, give guys more opportunity, make it a little bit more easier, and give Kelsey a rest at the end of the day. You don't want him to get tired, on the bottom of that pile every single time. You know what I mean? But getting a guy like this, I think, is good for contracts, and we'll see what happens moving forward. And like I said, you always have to give guys opportunity. You never know what you have in the building. Okay, there are teams out there that turn like nobodies into like good rotational guys, especially at the running back position. You can always, with this offensive line, you can almost make, like I said, anybody look good. So this guy will get his shot, but I'm actually pretty excited for it. The more running backs they bring in, the better it's going to be, and I won't really be complaining about any of it. So that is Tyron Davis Price coming to the Philadelphia Eagles on a future deal, to mini camp, training camp, whatever the case may be. Going to safety is another one too. Tracy Walker, another safety that's a free agent and was let go. They of the Lions, they saved about $5.5 million with this move, and second most snaps on the team. 29 years old, plays physical, tackles really well, lays the boom on somebody. Guy could play really good. There's a lot of, you have to sign three safeties. Okay, you have Reed Blankenship. You got to sign three more guys. Okay, there's no way, I know there's a lot of Eagle fans that are saying, well, we have to get young and we have to, and I understand all of that, but at the end of the day, like, they can't sign a top tier talent at every position, but you could sign a top tier talent for the scheme, okay, for the scheme, because these guys aren't expensive. These older guys, Eddie Jackson's 30 years old, played great with Vic Fangio, turned into an all-pro his second year when Vic Fangio was the defensive coordinator with Chicago Bears. And Tracy Walker, had a really good year last year, they're going to move on and, want to get younger at that position. And the Eagles, I think they have to sign at least one vet at that position with another two younger guys. And like I said, this is a cap relief type move. It's not going to be expensive. So you have to look at it from two different sides. One is, do you want to pay a top tier safety instead of spending it at a top tier linebacker, paying out of pocket, or you're going to pay a cap relief type guy that's good with Vic Fangio's scheme. Vic Fangio is going to get his own players in the building. And like I said, this defense is going to change tremendously. It's going to change like night and day personnel wise. Wait on, and trust me, a lot of moves are going to happen. A lot of players are going to get released. There's going to be a lot of cap relief. Eagles will get some cap back. Potentially they could have over $50 million in cap space with a lot of things that could happen. But I feel like they do sign a veteran safety at this point that fits Vic Fangio's scheme. And I think Tracy Walker and Eddie Jackson are probably the two guys. If you're not paying a guy big money, I think these are two moves that you could actually make. I'm not saying Eddie Jackson and Tracy Walker, but at least one of the two. I like Tracy Walker a lot, to be honest. And obviously having Reed here and then signing two more guys. Okay. So they have to pick their poison with that a little bit. And, we don't know what they're going to be paying out of pocket at a top tier position. We have no idea how much they're willing to pay a specific, position and what player they want to give a lot of money to. We have no idea, but I feel like, they're going to need a savvy vet on the back end, and this wouldn't be a bad move. And this guy plays real physical. So, we'll see what happens, but definitely another option at safety, moving forward. And then lastly, oh man, Darnell Mooney is another one, man. Potential landing spot with the Philadelphia Eagles. He hasn't had a 1,000-yard season since since the Bears were last in the playoffs, 2008, 2021. I forgot. I think he had a 1,000-yard season in 21, I think really ever since then he hasn't. And interesting enough, look, he took a little bit of a back seat this year. DJ Moore walked right in, played so well. He had 414 yards on 31 catches, but that's what you're looking for, at least in a wide receiver 3. For the price range of the Eagles, that's what you're kind of looking for as of right now. So, he's in his prime right now. He's at his prime age. Where he could just, sign on to a team for not crazy money at all. He'll get a little lump sum, but it won't be that much. Like I said, you're looking for a guy at wide receiver 3 to get 400 to 600 yards, but you're not just looking for speed, guys. You're looking for contested catching. You're looking for a guy that can really be relied on and counted on, when the play comes his way, when his number is called. I feel like we haven't had that, but I can't blame some of these players because of this functional offense. I think Quez Watkins fell right off, unfortunately. Olamide Zaccheaus never really had too much opportunity. 2 touchdowns for the year, great blocker downfield, but unfortunately, it's just, how do you analyze your roster when you don't even utilize the players to see if, maybe he's worth another contract or somebody, you know what I mean? So Darnell Mooney would definitely be another one. I know Tyler Boyd, you have Hollywood Brown, you have Elijah Moore. There's a lot of cheaper options at wide receiver 3. You don't want to go dirt cheap with it to where you're going to get, you got to make a Julio Jones signing for like literally no money, but you want to get somebody that's, that's still that still is pretty productive player in the league. And I feel like with Darnell Mooney, I think he can get 600 to 700 yards pretty easily in this offense, because with Kellen Moore, he does not ignore a position. When it comes to receiver, it's probably one of his favorite positions and getting these guys open. He loves tight ends. He loves running from under center, passing from under center, crossers, hot routes, you name it. He's not ignoring a certain player every single. Oh yeah, I feel like Quez Watkins was only used whether they were forcing him the ball on a big play, or he's the guy that needs to be ready if his number is called, when Jalen Hurts was extending plays. I feel like those were the only ways that he was actually getting opportunity, but I think Quez fell off, and I just don't think they have given too much respect towards wide receiver threes, because you're really not the focal point at that position. I get it, but I think Darnell Mooney would really surprise a lot of people, especially in this offense. I think he would break out. No joke. I think he would be reliable. Guy can run routes. Guy's explosive off the line. He's got a lot to give to an offense, and I feel like this would be a huge upgrade. I think there's a lot of guys. Darnell Mooney's probably top 3 on my list when it comes to wide receiver 3 this year in free agency, and I feel like, what? I think this would be a monster move if they made this. So, we'll see what happens. Definitely a lot of time left. We still got some time, a few weeks before the tampering period begins. I feel like the Eagles are going to sign a free agent wide receiver. I feel like because the Eagles are so ready for a Super Bowl right now, offensively, especially with the offense you have, and what Kellen Moore, what he does with offenses, that I'm really excited about. You can't waste time going into the draft, drafting a guy, unless that's the way. Hey, look, and if they did that, I'd be no problem, but it would have to be a guy that's ready day one. You know what I mean? Like, not going to take a year or two, like somebody that's going to walk right in and fit well and be like, man, like this guy could play. This guy is a day one starter at wide receiver 3, which you don't have to move up too far in the draft to get one of those guys. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's a good combination between youth and our defense. Obviously, a few veterans. And then our offense. Kellen Moore is going to pull every strand he can to get the most out of his players, and I think that's the number one important thing. He gets the most out of his players. He expects the most, and that's what he gets. You don't see non-production from a lot of positions. You see a lot of productivity when it comes to all positions within the offense. The offensive line you have, the mobile quarterback that you have, getting Jalen Hurts' speed back, helping these wide receivers. At least these routes won't take 8-9 seconds long to actually complete one. The route combinations were a damn mess. So hopefully that will be fixed. The passing game needs to be fixed before anything else. But Darnell Mooney, great. It'll be a fantastic move. You got your 3rd round pick from 2020 from the San Francisco 49ers. The Eagles signed Price to a future contract as a bruiser, agility type back. A lot of finesse there, and obviously more safety free agents coming out as in the meantime. So a lot of choices, a lot of decisions to be made, and I'm really excited about it. Let me know what you guys think about Darnell Mooney. What do you guys think about obviously Price coming in, and who do you think they should sign at running back? Who do you think they should sign at safety? Do they go younger, or do they, sign a vet and 2 more younger type guys? So there's a lot of decisions the Eagles are going to have to make. I want to know your opinion on it, and that's pretty much it. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more Eagles news every single day. Make sure you like the video. It does help the channel out tremendously. As usual, thank you for the support and everybody that's been around. Just, we're going over all the rumors. That's what it's all about right now. It's the off season. Guys, have a great day. I'll see you guys on the next one. Shakes, what up, follow side. Peace out, guys. Peace.